Hey, buddies, it's your girl, AyChristene, and today we are checking out My Dog Was a Menace to Society by Let Me Explain Studios. I wonder if she had a husky because I learned that um, huskies might be the most destructive dogs to have, per my friends, what they told me. So I wonder if that's what she had. It would be crazy if that's what she had, and I'll be like, "Oh my goodness, this is a dog that I want. I wanted a husky so bad." But like after what they told me, I am gonna do my research, but I'm definitely more hesitant right now. But anyways, links down below to become a patron to get the uncut reaction to all of the series that we check out, just like Tommy Johnson. Just like AJ, and there's a diamond. Just like kindred spirit. If you want to get your name sung out to become a patron, ooh, ooh, ooh. It was cute. It wasn't as great as the other stuff, but it was cute. It was cute. All right, let's get started.
Made is now available for pre-sale. More info at the end of the video.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh, hello, my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle-lollies. Rebecca Parham here.
Hello.
Cozy little scene, isn't it? Just about the only thing it's missing is a dog curled up in front of that fire. Really makes me think about the best and possibly naughtiest dog my family ever had.
Okay.
Let's talk about the legend himself, Charlie the Basset Hound. For those of you
Basset
who've
Hound,
never had
okay.
the privilege of owning one of these floppy potatoes, let me clue you in on the
Does
main
look
breed
like a floppy
characteristic. Basset
potato.
Hounds are the embodiment of stubborn. People claim that they're stupid, but you see, that's the deception.
Okay.
Basset Hounds know exactly what you want from them, but they're also smart enough to know that the world isn't going to end if they ignore you. And that was Charlie.
Oh,
the
wow.
rules didn't serve him, he didn't listen.
Don't
I
be
wish
a
I had
nuisance.
the confidence of this dog. If his life were a classic hero's journey, he always skipped that step where you're supposed to refuse the call to adventure. Let's say you could
Hilarious.
speak dog and you're the NPC telling him, hey, you see that treacherous path over there? Don't go there. Big
With the
danger.
blood.
You'll die 1,000 deaths. And he'd be like, well, that sounds like somebody who doesn't want me to have fun. Screw you. No ominous warnings of the dangers ahead. We're going to keep him from Mount Doom. And speaking of forbidden paths, I lived
Okay.
on my family's ranch back in the day, and the land was divided into 2 pieces. 10 acres fenced off around the house for the dogs, and the rest for our horses. There was
Okay.
one opening in the fence for vehicles to cross, but we put a cattle guard there to keep the horses and the dogs on their own side. And it worked perfectly.
Oh, okay.
That is until we
Okay.
got Charlie. He, with his big basset brain, figured
Wow.
out that he just needed to lay flat on the ground like a pancake
Uh-huh.
and army crawl his way across
Are you
the cattle
serious?
guard. We would constantly find him in the pastures just puttering around or hanging out with the horses and the barn cats.
Oh,
One
my
time my mom saw
goodness.
him across the fence chilling by our duck pond, and she yelled, Charlie! And for some reason, when he heard that, he looked upwards towards the sky like God was calling him.
Hilarious.
Searched the sky and everything, like the staircase to the pearly gates was gonna appear before him.
Hilarious.
I mean, all dogs do go to heaven after all. Fun
Hilarious.
fact, Rachel was the one who named him Charlie, but I started calling him Charlie Barkins after the main character in that movie.
Oh,
and it
okay.
stuck. He was
Which I've
Charlie
never
Barkins to the whole
seen. I need
family
to watch
until
All
the day
Dogs
he
Go to
died.
Heaven.
He also frequently went by Basset Hound and Da Bass. We call
Aw.
dogs by their breed a lot in our family. Hey, German Shepherd. Hello, Labrador. How you doing, cattle dog? Speaking
Aw,
of cattle, this one
Bluey.
time Mom was across the cattle guard putting the horses in the barn for the night. When she was ready to walk back to the house, she spied a very large buck intently staring her down about 30 yards away.
Oh, wow.
She thought to herself, okay, he is big, and he could do some real damage if he decided to get territorial right now.
Right.
I'm just gonna start walking away.
Yeah.
She headed in the opposite direction of the buck, but when she was almost to the cattle guard,
Oh, crap.
something was coming up fast behind her. Oh boy, this is it. I'm gonna have to fight Bambi. Here
Oh.
we go.
Oh, my goodness. That is hilarious.
Turns
What
out
is
that
he doing?
heavy galloping was just Charlie trying to race by Mom and beat her to the cattle guard.
Hilarious.
Possibly to avoid a scolding. Though Mom definitely had a few choice words to shout at him as he ran back to the house. Charlie
Oh my
wasn't just a
goodness.
ranch dog. Oh, no. He was
She's
a
over here thinking
corporate
that she about to
professional.
die, and it's this
Mom,
little
Dad, and
dog.
Rachel would take him to the family business all the time where he did very important work.
Aw.
Like napping and sunbathing and walking from room to room hounding people for love and affection.
Oh. Oh. Oh, how could you deny him love?
There was a girl who worked at our office named Emily, and she would keep snacks and lunch items at her desk. Well, one day, when the whole office was in their morning meeting in the boardroom, Charlie came waddling in carrying something in his mouth. He waited until he had the whole room's attention before setting the item down and looking at everyone expectantly.
Oh, dear.
That's when Emily shouted, "Oh my God, is that my peanut butter?"
Oh, wow.
While everyone was busy in the morning meeting, Charlie had rummaged through her food bag she left behind her desk and stolen her jar of peanut butter. Knowing full well he couldn't get into the good-smelling jar himself, he brought it to the humans to open it for him, acting like he totally didn't just do something naughty.
Oh,
Charlie,
my goodness.
You're fired.
Hilarious.
That wasn't the only time he did something like that. At the ranch, we kept all the dog treats in the pantry, a place Charlie knew he wasn't allowed to go.
Okay.
But if someone mistakenly left the box of milk bones on the floor of the pantry, he would go in, take just one, find the nearest human, and lay the treat down in front of you to ask for permission to eat it. It was almost like he was saying, hey, I can have this,
not
right?
naughty.
Well, I guess you can, since you asked so politely.
That's
Rachel tells
kind of
me that
sweet.
he one time did this with a whole unopened box of treats. Just pulled it from a grocery bag and laid it at her feet, expecting her to open it.
That's
I would
sweet.
think a normal misbehaving dog would just take the box somewhere and tear into it.
Right.
But not Charlie.
No.
Such things were beneath him.
Right.
Why should he get his paws dirty when one droopy-eyed stare makes every human do anything he wants? Oh my God, that face was so cute. I would burn down all of society for him. So one time, Charlie needed surgery, ironically, on his stomach. Probably shouldn't have eaten and destroyed so many things you weren't supposed to. Rachel went to go pick him up at the vet after the surgery, but when she entered the lobby, she heard a very mournful howl coming from the back.
Oh, dear.
And it just kept going, even as they let her into an examination room to wait.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Oh, God, that's him, isn't it?
Charlie, that's enough.
Yep, it's him. Poor baby was so unhappy coming out of anesthesia that he howled from the moment he woke up until they brought him out to Rachel. A different time, he needed to be put under for a series of tests, and when we brought him back to the ranch, he wandered over to my dad's garden, sat down, and just stared off into space in that spot.
He was still high.
For hours.
He was still high. He was definitely high. Thinking about life. Oh, goodness. Yeah. He's seen some things. Okay.
I called him to come back in a few times, but dude was on another planet.
Right.
Didn't even notice my presence until I physically touched him. Must have been having one hell of a trip.
Right.
A few more of Charlie's many quirks. Look at this. Whenever he was just chilling, he would lie with his hind legs out to the side like this, or stretched backwards like this. We'd walk by and call him Superman when he did that. He was also a summer bum because he loved jumping up on the pool furniture and soaking in the rays.
He likes the sun.
Only thing he was missing was a coconut drink with a little umbrella. Another thing he loved was when I wore long skirts because he would treat me like his own personal tent.
That is
and every
adorable.
single time he would peek out from underneath
kids
it
too.
with the cloth draped over his head like this.
Kids would do that
I'm
too.
pretty sure he was fully aware of how cute he was. And finally, he could always tell when I was having period cramps and thought he was helping by lying on top of me. I appreciate the concern, Charlie, but I don't think your treatment's
That actually
working.
would help
but
me.
Then again,
the
that
pressure.
always was Charlie's favorite place, on your lap. Now, all of these stories were just the tip of the Charlie iceberg. Trust me, I would love to make another one of these videos, so please give me every reason to. I want to keep the legend alive. Thank you so much for...
Oh, this Charlie.
Charlie? Now available for pre-sale, the official Let Me Explain Studios premium sketchbook. This is my absolutely favorite thing we have ever made. The cover is so pretty. The first few pages feature behind-the-scenes art from my videos, and in the corner you have a little flipbook of Toon Becca dancing. These are professional qualities. The pages are so silky smooth. It feels like butter to draw on them. So whether you're a seasoned professional or an absolute beginner looking for your first sketchbook, you can pre-order one of these by clicking the link in the description below.
That's fire. This was adorable. Like he seems like he was sweet. I'm sure he was actually naughty, you know, because that's how pets really are. When they show their front, sorry. Because that was a weird place to yawn on, right? When they show their front, give me a second. When they show, like they always put their best foot forward, right? Well, I won't say always, but a lot of the times. And like, even our cat, like he's sweet. If I were to list a lot of his sweetness, you'd be like, oh, I'm sure he never does a bad thing. But the list of things that he does that is naughty is profound. Okay. But he is still very adorable, very loving, and very sweet. So I get it. But yeah, like the performative cuteness, I definitely would have fallen for. Like, I wouldn't have liked a dog just taking my peanut butter from my bag and just leaving with it. It's yours now. You can have it. But the fact that he would take things out and put it down and like kind of ask permission, I don't know. It gets me. It just gets me. That's like when my daughter knows that she's not supposed to have something, but she'll ask it in a very nice way. Not like extremely, not like overly, Mommy, can I have it? Not that, because she knows I'm going to say no. But she'll be like, Mommy, you know I'm smart, right? Like, yes, I know you're smart. Or she'll be like, Mommy, you're so beautiful. You're my favorite. I'll be like, yes, love. She'll be like, can I please have this? I'll be like, okay. She knows how to sweet talk me. If she sweet talks me, she gets me. And I feel like the little Charlie coming up with the item and just waiting. So it's a dog way of sweet talking me. It'll work. It'll work. I'm a sucker for sweet talk. I am. And it's okay. I know my faults. Do you know yours? Anyways, links down below to become a patron to get the uncut reaction to all of the series and shows that we check out. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies.